So I've marked out my grid for my pavers that are going to be the base support, but also allow airflow underneath and allow us to get it up off the floor and decouple it. And I came over here to get my notes. So we had these pavers that were 7 5/8 by 15 5/8 by 1 5/8. We've cut them down into fourths. So they're basically 7 5/8 by 3 3/4. And I can have about 30 of them. 2 are going to be for underneath the front of the box, the batch box. So I had 28 to space between this area. And basically, it's going to be 4 deep, 4 bricks deep. They'll be roughly like this, and then 3 more behind that one. So the easy math is I measured the supported distance I wanted. They're going to be inside a 1/2 inch on each side, and that supported distance. That supported distance was 176 1/4 inches. So I took that and subtracted 105 inches, which is the total amount of block width I have, which would be 28 times 3 3/4. And that left me with 71.5 inches left over for total gap width. And then I know there'll be 27 gaps between 28 blocks. So the 71.5 divided by 27 is 2.64814, or roughly a 2 5/8 gap plus the 3 3/4 brick. So each set, a brick and a gap, would be 6 3/8. So we've got a brick line here at the beginning, and then every 6 3/8 inches will be the beginning of a brick or a paver. And then that ends here, and that's for our last brick to come to the end. And I did the math on the paper to tell me all the measurements I needed to mark down. So I marked them all down, wrote them all out, and then transferred it out another 3 feet away so we can snap our chalk lines for where every brick goes. The lines on the floor were just marked with a straight edge. After basically I placed a tape measure on this brick here and strung it out, and I was able to mark all of them that way. And you can see I have a bunch of crossed off numbers. I second guessed myself and thought I was doing it wrong because I forgot the last measurement wasn't to here, it was to here, and I thought it came out wrong and started redoing all my math, and then I realized I was doing that wrong and went back to my first numbers, which were correct. So every 6 3/8. And then the depth is very simple. It's 35 inches. And add up the 4 blocks, which gave me 30.5 inches, which leaves 4.5 inches left over. There's 3 gaps, so it's 1.5 inches per gap. So those are the lines we're going to snap, is the long linear lines. And I've got all the lateral lines going across already. So, time to snap chalk lines. Ready, Jake? We're going to be doing 7 lines, and we'll be on each one of these.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to have to reel it in and out each time. Shake it up right now while it's out. Get that chalk. I see a lot of white on that string.
Hello? Hey, stop.
Barely see these things. I'll hit them all with pencil.
You need to snap harder.
Shouldn't have to, but I can try. Generally try and snap harder, and it's easy to get the line off.
No difference in my mind. Maybe worse.
I think you have to shake it up as you're going. The middle's definitely.
Is it nice and full?
No, there was some in there.
That could be fuller.
Sure. That can also get the job done.
Complaining about faint lines.
They're there. They're there. So there's 5 times 12, 60 inches. Keep your end up while I'm setting mine down so we don't get the false lines. Okay. Almost. Chalk line's a pretty amazing thing. Just a handy working thing. Simple technology. All right. Cool. There's this guy there.
I wonder if we filled it up with that clay. Oh, that one.
I don't know. I don't remember where I got it from. I'll ask somebody.
Oh, I thought that was yours.
Nope. I have no idea where mine's gotten to by now. I got one. So, brick. So 60 inches is there. How far is this? It's 176. And 72 plus 3 3/4. 2 1/2. 75, yeah, 176 1/4. How many feet? 176.25 divided by 12. 14.7 feet. All right, so the 3 panels will fit there, except I need to have them meet on a brick. So I'll shave a little off.
They won't otherwise?
Nope. No, there's not a brick at 60 inches. Well, maybe there is. So if that was 7 3/8. No, yeah, that will. 7 3/8. Yep. So that one will. I forgot my original plans on the spacing is a little different now. And then it would be 120. Don't think we're gonna make 120. No, 114 3/4. Nope. So I'm gonna shave a little off that one. Let's see. So 114 3/4. Mm. 120. Take off 3 inches. So we'll take 3 inches off one Wonderboard panel.
Where's the 1/4 inch one go?
1/4 inch one is part of the box assembly. In fact, I'll probably use it.
It's not one of these three?
No, it's not. Well, it partly is. So the first two are going to go down right now. And then I got to figure out the exact placement of the barrel. Basically, underneath the barrel, underneath the whole core, the barrel / batch box, will be one full sheet of 1/4, and then behind where the box stops is another sheet of 1/4, and that makes up the difference for the 1/4 inch thick metal box on the bottom, because it's 1/4 inch plate steel on the bottom of the box. So. So yeah, if you can get, how you doing on the barrel?
It's done.
Done?
Ready to burn.
Awesome. So if you can chop me 3 inches off one full Wonderboard,
I can do that.
because we've got those two and that one. And then I'm going to start laying brick. So I'm just going to lay enough to do the first Wonderboard. Oh yeah, I got to find some tap cons because I want to anchor each of the 4 corners.
Is this the one that you put on before? Is it right worn down to that?
That's one that was on something else.
Okay, that's not the... Oh, there. No, that's not it.
This is the one that was on there because it's
Okay,
still got
that's-
that on it.
Right, that's what I was looking for. One that was on before the grinding.
But this guy for the masonry.
Oh.
I'd just rather not use this one for all the dusty stuff and change
yeah.
change the blades.
Yep.
Guys, I don't know if you are. I'll be back on 4:15. I'll be with you a little later.
All right.
Thanks.
Are we done? We're probably done with the grinder.
Yeah. For the moment.
All right. Tap cone screws.